On May 18th, 2011, at 8:30 in the morning, my phone rang. I answered it and said, "Hello, this is Kevin Skellett." The person on the other end identified themselves as a local police detective and said, "Hello, Mr. Skellett. I need to meet with you this morning." "What's it in reference to?" I asked. "We can talk about it when I arrive," he said. "Did I do something wrong?" I asked. Finally, he said, "It's in reference to your son, Mark. I'll be over soon," and he hung up. My first thought was, well, what has Mark done now? Mark had just turned 21, and he's my son who needs that little extra grace. I called his phone to see what was going on, but it went directly to his message. So I sat down and I thought about the situation. So why did the police call? If Mark was hurt or in an accident, he would have told me where he was or what hospital he was going to. If Mark was arrested, Mark would be calling and not the police. The only other option I could think of, I didn't really like. That's when I reached out for help. I put my hands together and I prayed, "Father, my son is dead." God immediately replied in my head and said, "My son died too. I know exactly how you feel." And after a pause, he continued, "By the way, he's not your son." I was confused by that statement, and as I was trying to wrap my head around it, he said, "He's my son. I gave him to you." The only way I could think to respond was, "Thank you, Father, for the time that you gave me with Mark." When the police arrived, they confirmed my fears and told me that Mark had taken his life. God has been with me throughout my grief journey. He prompted me to start a faith-based recovery program at my church. He prompted me to become a volunteer police chaplain. I'm also an advocate for suicide awareness and prevention. And he guided me in starting a ministry for parents who have lost a child. I'm thankful for how God has used my loss with Mark and allowed me to help so many others who are hurting. Thank you, Father, for the time that you gave me with Mark.